today I'm gonna have Shania. I know you guys we just spoke, so I'm gonna have you guys go first. So Shania and Joel are gonna start us first. After Shania and Joel, I want you guys to drop a number one in the chat and we'll dive into any other questions you guys have, okay? So Shania, why don't you start us off? So let's dive in. So I want to make sure we can look over pricing. So what I'm gonna do is I think you guys did you guys share it with me? Your guys' accounts?
No, we keep saying that we need to do it and we haven't done it yet.
No worries. In that case, because I was gonna share my screen. In that case, can you share your screen, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
We'll have it done before next week, we promise.
All right, beautiful. So here's going to be the game plan of what I want to look at. I want to test pricing for the month of June to make sure that that's sitting where we want it to sit. And I want to test the pricing for July. Now, before we dive into pricing, what I like to look at, and it kind of helps me with lead time, or not lead time, but seasonality, is I like to look at price labs. So based off of your guys' pricing sheet that we did on Google Sheets, sorry, I forgot to ask you to pull that up. Can you also pull up that Price Labs Google Sheet? Oh, perfect. Sorry, yeah. And I'll tell you what I'm looking at. So what I want to look at is I want to look at your weekday price of 191 and your weekend price. If pricing on Price Labs is like through the roof for your weekday and weekend, that means we're in a higher season. If it's a little lower, that means we're like in a mid season, and that will dictate where we want to sit. So if we see right now, when we look at Price Labs, if June and July are a little under 191, then we know, okay, that means that June and July are going to be a little warmer, which means it's probably going to be a little bit more of a mid season. So we'll restructure what our target profit is.
Okay.
If it's higher, then we know, okay, we're coming into a higher season. So we want them to sit a little bit more in line with your target daily rate.
Okay.
All right. So let's look at price ups and then scroll to June. We're looking at the 191. All right. So it's sitting at 191 or higher. So we know, hey, don't worry about those little red lines, by the way. That's just because we set our weekends higher, which is part of our plan.
Okay.
Now, since it's sitting above 191 and it's pretty consistent, that means that we're in a good seasonality. So I want to be aiming when I test the month of June, I want to be sitting at the numbers that we're seeking on our Price Labs calculator on the Google Sheet. So I want to be for the month, I want to be aiming at a $1,600 profitability. So when I test the month, if you go back to the tracker, when we test a month, if you scroll up, you see how month says 53% and it says total nightly rate 114. I
Yeah.
want when we test the month of June, I want us to be sitting around 114. Same thing with July. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
here's what we're going to do. Now that we kind of have that in line, now let's go to Airbnb and let's test the pricing for June and July. Because if we're sitting at 114, then we're perfect. But if we're sitting way under that, then that means we need to increase our potentially increase our pricing or potentially decrease our discounts. So
Okay.
let's do, yep, thank you. Let's change those dates and let's test from the 1st to the 30th. And we'll do the math together.
Okay.
All right. So let's see. So we have 3,657.39 minus the taxes, 417.89, minus the Airbnb service fee, 15.5%, minus your cleaning fee. What's your cleaning fee?
118.
118 equals 2,619 divided by 29 nights, because that's what we're testing.
Yeah.
We are sitting at $90 per night. Okay. So what that means is we're a little under. So we need to increase those discounts just a little bit. So the
Okay.
first thing I'm going to look at is Price Labs. So let's go back to Price Labs and let's see if we can add any day of week adjustments. So if you hit applied customizations, can you hit edit? I want to see if we even have any on there. If we already have some on there, then in that case, we won't edit that. We'll then go immediately to our discounts.
Is it all customizations?
Yes. And then right there where it says day of week pricing adjustment. All right, looks like we already have 15. Perfect. That means I don't want to touch that. Now then what we're going to do is we're not going to touch rule sets. We're going to touch Airbnb discounts. So let's go to Airbnb and let's drop by 4% on everything. So I want you see your name on the left there, your property name. I want you to click that little arrow that pops up. You see how it pops up right there? That one. Yep. And then I want you to hit where it says price settings. I want you to click on that. And then what we're going to edit is we're not going to touch weekly and monthly yet. We're going to edit more discounts first.
Okay.
All right. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to do 13% minus 4. So you're going to put your 2-night at 9% discount. So go ahead and remove the 13%. And then scroll down to the bottom where it says add another. You'll click on that. And then let's re-put your 2-night. And you'll re-put your 2-night at 9%.
9?
9%, correct. So we're decreasing all of your discounts by 4%.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Just to increase pricing. But we got to edit all of them. We can't just do weekly and monthly. We got to do all of them. So now let's do 3-night. So 3-night, go ahead and delete that. And we'll put that one at 21. You'll scroll down.
Go back. And scroll down. Down.
Thanks.
And then you'll do 3-night at 21. All right, perfect. All right, let's see. 4-night is 39. So 4-night we'll put to 35 now.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, and then this one, yep, you'll put it at 35. I think there might be an issue there. I want you to put it at 35, and then we're going to change something else.
Okay.
We're going to have to change 4-night. So 4-night I want it at 33.
Okay. So change this
Yeah.
one?
No, you'll change 4-night from 35.
Okay.
We're just going to edit 4-night only. So 4-night will be 33. All right. And then now let's do 5-night. 5-night looks like it deleted, but 5-night was 35.
You put what it was 35, so you want it at 31, is that right?
No, it was at 40 before.
Oh, okay.
I think I did it by accident.
All right. And then for what are we at? 6-night. So 6-night, you'll put it at 42.
Okay.
All right. And then now that you put this one at 42, now that all of them are edited, now we can do weekly and monthly. So now let's go back and then let's do weekly now.
Okay.
So for weekly, we will put it at 43. And then monthly, we will put at 49.
Oh, did I go back too much?
Yeah, you can just click price settings.
Monthly. We said 49.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Now that will auto apply, so we can immediately go back to the incognito screen, refresh, and then test and see if we're coming near that 114. If we're at like 110 or something like that, I'd be fine with it, just as long as we're closer. If not, we'll go back and we'll decrease again.
And you just did the 4% or whatever because that you think that's what'll get us to the number we're looking for?
Correct, yeah. I'm going to keep changing until I get it closer to that number we want. All right, so we're going to do 3,957 minus 452.20 minus 15.5% minus 118. Oops, I made a mess of things. Give me 1 second. 452.20 5% minus 118 divided by 29. All right, we're at 98. So we need to come down some more. I would say let's come down, maybe let's do a bigger drop. Let's do maybe another drop of 4 or 5.
Okay.
Because we went from 90 to 98. So if we drop another 4, we'll go, let's see.
I'd say we do 5.
I say we do 5 as well.
Me too.
All right. So we gotta start with more discounts. So go to more discounts, and then we're gonna do the same thing we did before.
Remind me where to go.
Scroll down right there to more discounts. There you go. Now instead of 9% for 2-night, we'll do 4%.
Okay. %.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then instead of 21, we'll do 16. And then instead of 33, we'll do 28. Instead, and then 5-night will be 30. And then 6-night will be 37. Alrighty. And then now we can do weekly and monthly.
Okay.
Alrighty. Weekly we'll do 38. And then monthly we will do 44. Perfect. And then now we can go back to incognito, refresh, and test. All right, there we go. 433.03 minus 495.09 minus 15.5% minus 118 divided by 29. Perfect. All right, now we're at 108. So I wanted it closer to 114. I will take 108. So
Okay.
now let's go ahead and test the whole month of July now. And make sure that we're near the same thing. Because if the whole month of July is in the 90s, then we may need to change them a little bit.
Okay.
All right, July's going to be probably around the same thing by the look of it. So let's see. Minus 521.97 minus 15.5% minus 118 divided by 30. You're at 110. Perfect.
Nice.
Alrighty, so now we know June, July are sitting perfect. So now let's go test your upcoming weeks. So now let's go back to the month of May, and now we can test per week for the month of May. So June and July are sitting perfect. Let's just see where you're at for the month of May, and then that's pretty much it.
Oh, so we're just gonna test it from here?
Yep, just gonna test it from here. So here's what I want to do. So go back to May. So here's what I'm looking at. Today is the 8th. So if we're looking at the 8th, if we look at the 13th and the 15th, our lead time is not fully there. We have a funky gap. Let's see what that's sitting at, and then we'll worry about the rest of the week. So let's first perfect that in between, and then we'll perfect the 17th to the 24th, and then the remaining week after that.
Okay.
So let's do 380.81 minus 42.31 minus 15.5% minus 118 divided by 2. You're at 84. What's your break even?
67.
Yeah.
67. We're at 84. Personally, you guys have been getting bookings in the 80s and 90s. I will hold it at 84. Come Sunday, I would drop this to between 75 and 80.
Okay. 75 and 80.
Do that on Sunday.
And you don't think we need to drop it even lower since it's just like a 2-night?
I want to test it just because it's a little gap. I want to test it because if come Sunday we aggressively drop it to let's just say 75, now we're sitting good. And then if a day goes by, maybe Tuesday, if there's still no bookings Tuesday, we can drop to 70 or 67.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Now that week is sitting good, now let's test from the 17th.
Okay.
Now the 17th is about, let's see, it's we got about a week and a couple day lead time. So this one I don't want sitting too high. I would say for this one, if we've been getting bookings in the 80s to 90s, I'd be happy if this is sitting anywhere from between like 90 and 100, okay?
Okay.
Alrighty. Just because I want to increase that lead time ASAP.
Okay.
Minus 132.16, minus 15.5%, minus 118, divided by 7. You're sitting at 110. So let's bring that down. Let's bring that down to like $100, I would say.
Okay.
So let's first mess with that. So let's go to Price Labs. You guys have rule sets, right? You guys have your long weekends in May. I think I did see that, right?
Yeah, I think you set those up for us at the beginning. We ain't changed anything on it in a while, but
Yeah.
Perfect. No, that's good. All right, let's scroll up to May then. And for the 17th, I want you to put a fixed rate of $100. And honestly, that might be all we need. So go ahead and hit sync now and let's test.
Okay.
And then real quick before we test, can you go to Airbnb?
Yeah.
I think someone's in the waiting room, Andrew, they're messaging in the announcements channel.
Oh, let me see. Okay. Alrighty. Now, if you were to go to, thank you for that, Joel. If you were to go to calendar, can you hit that again for me, please? All right. And then if you can just scroll to the 17th, go ahead and put a no discount on the 17th. And it looks like it already sunk, so that's good.
So what's adding the no discount there, dude? Does that keep it from Airbnb? Because we discounted it on Price Labs, and that keeps it from Airbnb discounting it further.
Yeah, that just means that $100 is going to stay at $100. It's not going to drop by 20% or anything. All right, now let's go back to that incognito window and test. All right, let's see. 1,160.64 minus 128.96 minus 15.5% minus 118. We're sitting at 107. So here's what I want to do. Go back to Airbnb. This is going to be a quick fix. I want you to put a long weekend on Friday and Saturday, the 22nd and the 23rd.
22nd.
The 22nd, yeah. 22nd and 23rd.
Thanks.
Yep.
Long weekend.
All right. And then that will immediately sync so we can go immediately test pricing.
Okay.
And this will dictate if we need to drop our rule set discount as well. But I think it might be perfect. So let's see. 1028.79 minus 114.31 minus 15.5% minus 118 divided by 7. You're sitting at 94.
Yeah.
All right. Hold that. That's good. We want to be between that 90, like I said, that 95 to 100. We're $1 under, so that's fine. Now let's test the upcoming week. So let's change the date. So that week is sitting good. Now what I want to test from is I want to test from the 22nd to the 29th, and that will be the final test we do. This one I want sitting closer to that potential, like what do you call it? That 114.
Okay.
So why from the 22nd to the 29th?
So I like to test from weekend to weekend because that's a good question, by the way. I like to test from weekend to weekend because that's where I have my rule set applied, and that's the most incentivizing days that people travel. They'll either book on the weekend or check out on the weekend. So I want to make sure that I'm testing from there. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's do this. 1091.79 minus 121.31 minus 15.5%.
Looks like it's right
minus 118 divided by 7. You're right at 100. Okay, so let's edit that rule set just slightly. Okay, so let's go back to Airbnb. And then you're going to hit that little arrow on the right. You see the little arrow for that hidden screen? Yep, that one. And then you're going to hit edit on long weekend. And then on where it says length of stay, there's an arrow to the right of your mouse. I want you to click that one. Yep. And then let's drop these by 5. So we'll do 15, 30, 43, 51, and then 53. And then hit save on the bottom. Same thing, these will instantly apply so we can go immediately test.
So why change those instead of adding like a percent discount on Price Labs?
Because if I increase your pricing on Price Labs, I don't want it to like if I increase your like a day of week adjustment on Price Labs, I go to 20, it's going to increase all of your pricing and it's going to throw off all of your discounts. So what I narrowly did is I increased it to as much as I could, which is at 15%, which got us to near that weekday rate, which we wanted to see on Price Labs. So that's perfect already. Then the next thing I wanted to do is I wanted to edit Airbnb discounts because we didn't even have rule sets applied in June when we were testing. That was just raw Airbnb discounts. So I know the issue was coming from the Airbnb discounts. So we edited those. Then once we got that, now that we added the rule set and we tested pricing, the rule set is what was dropping the pricing. So I know for a fact that I need to now edit the rule set. So now that's why we dropped the rule set now, and that's why it increased pricing.
Okay, you were increasing. Okay, I thought you were. I got you.
Yep. So minus 124.97 minus 15.5% minus 118 divided by 7. Now we're at 104. So let's go ahead and edit that rule set just a little bit more. Maybe another 5.
What are we trying to get it to?
I'm trying to get it closer to that 114.
Okay.
Alrighty. So then go ahead and hit the length of stay discount again. Little arrow. And then same thing by 5. So 10%, 25%, 38, 46,
48.
And then 48. And depending on what this puts it at, we're not editing it anything else. This will be the final edit. This should get us around 106, 107. That's fine. But I don't want to change it anymore.
Okay.
So 1,057.72 minus 128.64 minus 15.5 minus 118 divided by 7. Yep, 107. All right, so that's good. Now let's hold it there. And then this is going to kind of be a test because 3 weeks out, we're sitting at 107. 2 weeks out, we're sitting at like 90 something, 100.
Yeah.
And then that gap, we're sitting at 84. So that's perfect because what ends up happening then is if, let's just say someone immediately books that pricing at 107, the 3rd week, that means we know that people are looking 3 weeks out. So we're kind of testing lead time at the same time as price ceiling. So we know, hey, 3 weeks out, people are willing to pay 107. So now we know what to gauge for all future ones, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
All righty. So you guys are sitting good. Now that we got that set, you guys are sitting pretty all the way up to July. Okay?
Perfect.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Did you guys have any other questions for me?
So all those little price adjustments that we made, like going in and changing the 15% that we did on the last group call and then what we did today, how often do we need to go in to check to see where we're at?
Yeah, that's a terrific question. So for June, July, I would not mess with anytime soon. Probably for until we get to the end of May. For the adjustments we just did, like I said, for that 3-night gap, that small gap, I would change that pricing come Sunday as we get closer because that one we need to be aggressive. 1 week out, we know last minute people are willing to book in the 90s, which is terrific. So we know if we can wait till the last minute to drop to like 85 to 90, then let's wait till the last minute to drop to 85 to 90. So that means let's hold that price point of 100 just a little bit longer. Let's hold it for maybe halfway through the week. So I probably wouldn't edit that till next Wednesday. Okay? And then 3 weeks out, I wouldn't touch it for another week.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Awesome, guys. And then just keep me posted because if obviously someone books June immediately, then obviously that's another testing point that we can read off of.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool, cool.
Awesome,
And
guys.
you know when to drop the from 75 to 80. Sunday we dropped to 75, 80, and then like if it doesn't get booked, then you said Tuesday you would drop it to round your break even.
Correct. Yep. Because
All
it's
right.
just a funky gap. We want to test that.
Yeah, cool,
Okay,
man. Sounds good. I think we're all good.
thank you so much.
Alrighty. Awesome.
Appreciate
Of course. Happy to help.
it. Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Mara, what do you got for us? And if anyone has any other questions, please drop a number in the chat. In order, we got Mara, Anmar, then Anthony. So, Mara, what do you got?
Hey, I have a pricing question from related to a current guest who's been staying. I just shared my screen if you can see that okay.
Yep.
So in unit 15, that's the two bedroom. I have someone staying there. He was approaching the end of his 35-night stay, and he just extended from Saturday to Sunday. And then he just reached out and said, actually, my company wants to extend my contract or whatever. So he's looking to now extend from the 10th to the 29th, which is great.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I had gone through my pricing for the unit after our
Mm-hmm.
last call. So I have kind of a decreasing percentage discount throughout the month. So when he was looking to book the dates, I kind of tested the month from the 10th to the 29th, and it looked like it was coming out to an average of 77 a night. He was asking me if he could extend it. He's interested, but he was wondering if I could apply like an additional discount to those days. So it's going to be 19 days.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so one, is that reasonable if it's already discounted for a total of 77 a night when my break evens, let's see.
I think in the 50s, right?
Yeah, 60.
Um, I mean, I wouldn't bring it down to anything about maybe like 75 would be the lowest I'd come down to.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of leaning towards. Like, ooh, maybe I'd feel okay. I mean, if that brings me through the end of this month.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't
Um,
go too low, to be honest.
so let's see, how would I do that? How would I like apply, like how would I reply to him about that? Would I reply to his request? Let's see, this is him. This is his change request. So what's the best way to go about something like that?
So the best way to be would be to I would just first gauge where he's at, like, because you have to remember, for convenience, he's gonna want to stay with you, because
Right.
then otherwise he's gonna have to check out. So you hold that advantage, because of the convenience aspect of things. So what I would tell him is like, hey, we've already heavily discounted our pricing already, so this will be the lowest that I can offer you since it's already pre-discounted already. And then see what he
Mhm.
says. If he's like, oh, if he's like, all right, I totally understand. And he just books it, terrific. But if he's like, all right, well, I'm gonna have to look around and figure some stuff out. Then I would be like, I would give him the day. And then if he doesn't get back to you the day, then the next day I'll be like, hey, what I'm happy to do is I can come down to like, this is what I'm sitting at. I'm sitting at like 77 per night. I'm happy to come down to like 75. But that would be the lowest. At that point, I'm breaking my back at that point. So that would be the lowest that I can come down to.
Okay, great. And the 75, I mean, obviously that's not what he's paying because that's my profit
Yeah,
after
he's seeing
taxes. So,
taxes. Yeah,
so
he's
I would
seeing
just say
taxes and all that.
that's okay. Um, and if I were to do 75, how do I go about doing that?
You would just test. So the same way you test, like I would test from, because who is he? Is the unit 15 guy?
Yep.
So I would just test from like the 10th to the 19th and then
Hmm.
test it. And if it's coming out to 75 a night, perfect. If it's not, then, get it there and then offer it to him.
Okay, yeah. So he's looking to stay from the 10th to the 29th.
Or sorry, the 10th to the 29th. My apologies. I would test that.
Okay, so when I tested it currently, it's at like 77 a night.
Yeah. So I would just drop it slightly. And I would only drop maybe like one of the weeks. So like for example, like maybe you increase the 17th to 30 and then test it. If that gets you to 75, perfect.
I see. Okay, so I would just reduce the discount of one of the weeks to get me there.
Yeah, and I would either do the 25 or I would do the 5. Reason why I wouldn't touch the 45 is because if you increase that to 50, that's probably going to be way too low if someone were to just book the week. So if someone's scanning your property for the week, they may
Yep.
just beat them to it and book it. So that's why I would do the 25 or the 5.
Okay, that's a good suggestion. That's great.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, I kind of replied to him already like, "Hey, I'll look into your request for a discount." I already told him like I'm kind of looking into it, and I could just reply and say, "Hey, I looked into it and looks like it turns out we've greatly discounted the remainder of the month." And then I,
Correct.
like you
Yeah.
said, I can kind of test him out, and if he's like, "Oh,
Yeah. Give them like a day or something, then you could
okay."
circle back.
Okay, sounds good. And then this one here, my other two bedroom, I went through each of my units to do the same thing. So discounting,
Nice.
um, this is the two bedroom. So I kind of did the same thing throughout the month.
That's perfect.
Okay. And then I put this because this was just an extended checkout date that the guest did, and that brings me to a Monday. So I'm doing a no discount. I just put that at 70 and I have to test the week to see where that gets me to basically this week, the 11th through the 18th should look like break even, or is it too soon for break even?
No, I would say like for my two bedrooms, once I cross that like 4 day lead time, I'm already at my break even just because people are
Okay.
looking further out.
Yeah.
And then for two, and then I would already from like, for example, I'll do that for my 1 week, but then we got to get ahead of the lead time. So then I would test 2 weeks out and then I'll
Yeah.
set 2 weeks out and I would also set 3 weeks out. But those I would sit at a higher price point because it goes back to what we were talking about with Joel. I want to make sure that we're talking about bigger size properties here. So we got to be more strategic. So I want to
Hmm.
make sure the 2 and 3 week are already sitting perfectly because maybe no one books a week out at my break even, but maybe someone smacks a 2 week out or a 3 week out. Then it starts gauging me for my lead time. And also it puts me ahead. Now I don't have to worry about the 2 week or the third week. I know that one got booked up at a perfect profitability. So now it
Hmm.
sets up my whole month for the first week and second week.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. So this no discount one day, which is the day after the checkout, that's just my
Please.
break even price. Is that how to do it?
Yeah, that's what I would do. Correct.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Nice. You're looking good though. Great work. Looks like you're
Well, we'll
really
see. Yeah,
getting on
if he
top of it.
books that, that'd be nice. Then I have two
Yeah,
units who are kind of coasting.
don't depend on it, but it would be very nice. Okay. So I
Hmm.
agree.
Okay. Okay. I'll touch base with him and see what
And
happens.
then you can also create some urgency. Be like, hey, by the way, I can't hold the property as of right now. It's open, and since, like I said, it's heavily discounted, um, I cannot, I can't hold it. So someone else could potentially book it. So just want to let you know that as well. That will
Okay.
create a little urgency for them too.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, see how that all
Yes.
goes. I'll let you know.
Beautiful. Great work.
Thanks.
All righty. Anmar, what do you have for us?
Skyview one in Texas,
Okay.
right? We got a first guest,
Nice.
but I feel like my own apartment is a little bit pricey compared to other. I'm not too sure why.
You never want to compare your pricing. So a common mistake that we make when getting started off is in most real estate, it's like, oh, we'll run comps, see what other people are sitting at. In short-term rental like this, it's the wrong thing to do because not everyone is using the same strategies we are. So people can have fixed rates, people can have other rates. So they're not going to fluctuate like how we do with our discounts and everything. So I'll be fully transparent. I never look at any comps. I may look at comps to see what the average or people are sitting at. If people are sitting really, really low, then I know two things. I know that, hey, I know we're probably in a different seasonality, but I don't really look at comps. Truth be told, I've never looked at comps. Like I just don't. I can just care less what other people are sitting at because you don't know the other person's situation. For all you know, if someone handed them the house, maybe their family member passed away and they handed them the house and they don't have any mortgage or anything on it. So for them to break even, it's like, $20. So they're able to charge $50 a night. We don't know their situation, so we cannot compare our comps off of people because we don't know where their circumstances are at. Like, for example, Daniel. Daniel has a short-term rental property. He's with us, obviously. He has a short-term rental property. It's a 3 bedroom. He owns the property outright. All he pays is taxes on it. His break even on a 3 bedroom is $30 per night. So for him, he could come as low as $30 per night. Whereas another 3 bedroom is like $100 and something to break even. So that's my point of why we cannot compare comps because you never know the situation or how they're operating things. So just a little disclaimer on that. But that still doesn't mean anything. How we can look at our comps is on price slabs. So like I was talking about with who was I saying with Joel, I want to see what my day of week is sitting at. So what is this? A 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom?
It's one bedroom.
1 bedroom. Okay, go ahead and go to price slabs for me. And then now that we're on Price Labs, can you also hit that Google Sheet on the left of Price Labs? All right. So what I'm looking at is your weekday price of 152 and your weekend price of 234. All right. So now that I see that, now let's go back to Price Labs and see what you're sitting at. 136, 180. Nope, you're sitting good. Obviously, June's going to be a tough month for you in Texas. By tough, I don't mean bad. By tough, I mean we don't know FIFA. This is the first time it's ever happened in a long time. So we don't know how the market is going to react in June. So I don't really want you messing around with June too much, because we have no clue of how that market's going to react to it. So I wouldn't be focused on June right now. Just let's see what happens. Let's really just focus on May. So what I'm looking at is like this on May. I want to be at a competitive rate depending on my lead time. So you got a great booking. I came in at a great price. But what I'm really focused on now is the 10th to the 17th, because the second a booking comes in, we already want to set the pricing for the next upcoming opening. In this case, the next upcoming opening is Sunday the 10th. So what we want to do now is let's go to Airbnb. And I first want to see if I can make any adjustments on Airbnb before I do anything to Price Labs. Okay? So pull up Airbnb. Can you hit calendar again for me? I want to look at the lean year screen because that's where I can set rule sets. Alrighty. So first things first is we want to remove that 20% discount. I'll be honest, that 20% discount's affecting you more than anything, because what we think is that 20% discount offers people more of a discount. What it actually does is it overrides all of our discounts. So where someone could have been getting a 50% discount, they're only getting a 20% discount. So your pricing is actually a lot higher, and that's probably why you were seeing that. So what I want you to do is I want you to hover over one of those boxes. So like maybe on Wednesday the 13th, hover over it. You see how it says remove offer? Click remove offer. Exit out.
Oh, sorry.
Let's see. Yeah, exit out. Refresh your screen. There you go. All right. Now that offer is off. Perfect. That's the first thing we want to do. And make sure you do that before you launch those other two live. Make sure you remove those 20% offers as well. But before we dive into that, let's test. So here's how I'm looking at it. If I'm looking at your lead time, I'm not going to count today, which means your lead time is only 1 day, which means we have no room to test pricing. We can't test at a higher price point. We just can't. We don't have the time to do it. Because if we try getting greedy and testing like, my target profit's like $100. I want $100. What's going to end up happening is this. You don't have enough time to test $100 right now. Because what ends up happening is Sunday will go on book, Monday will go on book, Tuesday will go on book, and then finally you get a booking. And it's like, oh, cool, we got a booking at $100 per night, but you just lost out on 3 days that you made $0 on. So that affects your overall month. So my rule of thumb is this. I always rather get something in than nothing at all. So I rather the 10th, Sunday the 10th to Sunday the 17th get booked up at my break even, because guess what? I'm not losing money there. I'm not. I'm still on the same trajectory that I had planned out. All it is just that week is getting booked up at my break even, not my month, just that week. So now I have a lead time of a week. Now, guess what? Now I have time to test a higher price point. So now I could test that $100 or that $90, whatever we want to see at. And then now I could increase that lead time even further. If someone books right at 90, then it's perfect. Now I got a 2-week lead time. Now I can test even higher to find my price ceiling. Maybe you can get booked up at 120 for all we know, but we cannot test that until we build that lead time. So what we're going to do first is I only want to worry about that week. I don't want to worry about the other weeks. And the reason why is because for everyone else, the reason we are worrying about those other weeks is because they're potentially in a slower season. So we got to have that more planned out. At the same time, though, they have 2-bedroom properties. You have a 1-bedroom, which means we can play things a little bit more on the edge. So what we want to do is I want to already drop those days you have highlighted from Sunday the 10th to the 17th. I want to drop those to your break even. And I only want to worry about those because you're coming into a higher season. So you'll have the reverse effect. You're going to get bookings at a higher price point, which is exactly what we want. So we don't want to mess too further out, because if we mess with pricing too far out, then we have the reverse effect where we're leaving money on the table because people are getting bookings at a steal, essentially. So what we want to do is, now that you have your no discount and you have your long weekend, you're sitting good. So you have all the proper guidelines. So now let's go to Price Labs and let's set some discounts to get us going. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to remove that 20% discount. So go ahead and click on it. And then there's a trash can on the bottom. I want you to hit the trash can. You may have to hit that X on the bottom of your screen. Bottom, all the way on the bottom right. Yep. And then hit the trash can. There you go. All right. So now you're all set there. So now what I want you to do is I want you to set a fixed rate on Sunday the 10th. So all you're going to do is just click on Sunday the 10th. And then where it says new final price, instead of percent, change it to fixed. And we're going to put that right at your break even. Your break even is 65. So we're going to put it at 65. And that's the price point we're trying to sit the week at. So just put 65.
65. And add.
Correct. And then I don't want to do anything else. Before we add any other discounts, just hit sync now. And then let's see what you're sitting at first. And then we'll add percent discounts as needed. Now, the way we know our pricing has went through is we need a test. Now, or sorry, well, one, we need a test, but two, we need to verify that it went through. So how we check if it went through is we go back to Airbnb. And then you see how Sunday the 10th on Airbnb is at 126?
Mm-hmm.
We want to refresh our screen until we see that 126 change to 65. Until then, the pricing has not sunk. So we'll just keep refreshing the screen until it goes through, okay? In the meantime, and this can take some time. Sometimes it takes like 2 minutes, 3 minutes to go through. While we wait for that, did you have any other questions?
Yeah, for me, someone. Too bad wrong. It's almost ready.
Okay. Nice. Nice. What questions did you have on the 2-bedroom? Anything at all, or just quick little status update?
We haven't started.
Sorry, what did you say?
For pricing, we haven't started the pricing yet.
All right.
So it be the same one, or this
You would
different.
You would follow. It wouldn't be the same, but you would follow the same process you did for this one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All righty. Cool. Let's go see if it went through. Go ahead and go back to Airbnb. Try going back to Price Labs and press sync now and then save and refresh. Let's see if that speeds anything up.
Yeah, it's
There
changed.
we go. All righty. Now we can go test. So the way we test is you're going to want to hit listings. By the way, guys, if you guys have if ever anyone else is waiting for a question, like you guys have our number 1 in the chat, a lot of what we're doing is going to be the same thing. So just to save you time as well, like follow along to what we're doing. Start editing that. That way, once I get to you guys, we can just check it. Because the best way you're going to learn is by doing it. So just start editing it to the best of your ability. And then from there, when I circle to you guys, I can see what you guys did and then correct it as needed. But it's going to be the exact same process that we do for pretty much everyone. All right. So now go ahead and click on the first property. Then on the bottom left, you're going to see a black box that says view. I want you to click that box that says view. It's on the bottom left. There it is, right there. You see it? Then what you're going to do is you're going to hit share. It's right under your profile above the image, above the images. Right under your profile photo, you see right there where it says share? No, go back. Hit the X on the top left. You're going to have to hit view again on the bottom left. And then it says share, right where it says switch to hosting, right at the bottom. There you go. And then you're going to copy the link. Then from here, I want you to open an incognito window. So there's going to be 3 dots on the top right of your screen where it says new Chrome available. There's going to be 3 dots to the right of that. I want you to click on those 3 dots. Then at the bottom, you see where it says, yep, perfect, new incognito window. That's what I want you to hit. Then go ahead and paste that link. All right, now where it says check in, I want you to hit that. I want you to scroll down and I want you to select the 10th to 17th. And then hit reserve. Now what we're going to do is we're going to test pricing to see what this comes out to. Like I said, we want it to come out to 65 per night. So if it doesn't come out to that, then we're going to do whatever adjustments we need to get it to that. So we'll do 988.40, which is your total, minus 55.95, minus your cleaning fee. You already have the 15.5% included, so we don't have to subtract that. So we're going to subtract your cleaning fee. What is your cleaning fee?
95.
Minus 95. Divided by 7, you're sitting at 120 per night. So we are very overpriced for the lead time that you have. And that's why, obviously this is learning. So this is part of it. So I'm glad you popped in. But this is where now we can make that adjustment. So now what I want you to do is I want you to go to Price Labs. And I want you to click and hold on the 11th and drag it to the 17th and then let go.
11 or something.
Yep, there you go. Just like that. Let it go. And then you're going to keep it on percent. And we're going to do something big. We'll do negative 50%. And we'll see what this puts us at. I don't know if this is going to get us to it, but there's only one way to find out.
50.
Correct. Yep, negative 50%. We got to drop that pricing. All right. Now that that's in place, we got a same thing. Wait for that to load in. Honestly, this might be a little bit too much, but we'll find out. Go ahead and hit save and refresh. Then what I want you to do is I want you to open up go back to that incognito window. So it should still be up. We can just go back to it.
So Andrew, I'm waiting for last week, like when we are doing the pricing for 1 bedroom one. How you calculate this guy, right?
So
they have no record, and you are posting, and that's like our group.
What happened?
Weekly Zoom meeting. Usually you send the record, right?
Oh yeah, I mean we do this every day. So like any recording you see, you'll probably see me doing this. So the way you get these numbers is for monthly. I'm calculating that off of your expenses. So honestly, this is all pre-built formulas in here. I created this whole calculator for pre-built formula because before, when we first started, I had you guys doing the formulas and people were struggling so much. So I decided to create this calculator to make it easier for everyone because you just put your numbers in and it calculates everything. So all you got to do is just put everything in the blue boxes. Every blue box is where you put those numbers at. Then those blue boxes are your 14-day and 7-day ADR that come from Price Labs. And those set your total nightly rate where you're seeing the 98, 102, 104. Those set those. Then from there, we input discounts in the green boxes to get to the price point that we need. So for monthly, I want that to be a little bit more of a discount than for weekly. So how I do monthly is I do your total expenses plus 700. And then whatever that price comes out to is what I get it to. So if I want it to come out at 98, if that's what it comes to, I just put a discount in there so that total nightly rate shows 98. For weekly, I want that to line up near my target daily rate. So that's where we got the 106. Then for 6, 5, and 4 night, I just want them to gradually get more expensive by $2 or $3. So $2 or $3 are more expensive. Then once we get to 3 night, I want it to be 30% more than my target daily rate. And then for 2 night, I want it to be 50% more than my target daily rate. Okay?
So for 2 bedroom and 1 bedroom should be the same. No,
it will not. So for 2 bedroom, it would be, because we're talking per bedroom. So 800 to 1,000 is for a 1 bedroom. For a 2 bedroom, it would be 1,600 to 2,000. So instead of testing for $700, I would test for 1,400. So it'd be a little bit higher. So it would not line up the same. The process would be the exact same, but the numbers you have will not be.
So yeah, I should put 1,600 or 2,000. Depends.
Yeah, it would be no. For your 1 bedroom, you would keep it at 800.
This is
sorry, that's a Mesa. Yeah, you would put it at 1,600 or 2,000. Correct. Yep, exactly. All right. And let's see if it went through. There we go. All right, let's test this. 823.51 minus 46.61 minus what was the cleaning fee again? 95 divided by 7. You are sitting at 97. Something is off there. We're actually not sitting at that.
Price level gap. We already give 50%.
15.5 minus. Can you go back to that Price Labs calculator, the Google Sheet, please?
Google Sheet? Yeah.
Oh, that's why. Okay. Yep, I was doing it wrong. So what I'm trying to line it up is I'm not trying to line it up with 65. I'm actually trying to line it up with 75 because 65 is with me subtracting the service fee of 15.5%. 75 is with me not subtracting it. I was not subtracting the service fee. So I thought it was wrong. So I'm like, dang, we put 50%. Why is it not at 75? But here's what we're getting at. So go ahead and go back to Price Labs. So I need to line this up with 75. So, or sorry, I'm so sorry. Go back to the incognito window. All right, let me retest this. 823.51 minus 46.61 minus 95 divided by 7. We're at 97. So we need to come down to 75. Give me one quick second. I need to test it one more way. Sorry, go back.
Oh,
I just want to see what it comes out to if I subtract the service fee. 5% minus 95 divided by 7. Yeah, okay, we're still high. Perfect. Okay. So now what I want you to do is, I was actually wrong. With Texas, obviously your taxes are a little lower. 46.61 for a 7-night booking is pretty low taxes. Arizona, that would have been like 100 and something. Anyways, though, that's why the numbers are a little coming out a little higher still. So what we want to do is increase it from a 50% to like a 65%. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can you go back to that Price Lab screen?
I'm on
The Google
Price Labs.
Sheet? The Google Sheet?
Mhm.
Your weekend is too high. That's where the issue's coming out at. Go back to Price Labs. Your weekend should be at 234. Your weekends are at 300. So what I want you to do is I want you to hit edit on applied customizations. And then go to currently applied. I want you to turn off minimum stay. The first one. Change it to like just turn it off. Yeah, that's what I'm intend. Yep. And then scroll down, continue scrolling down. Okay, instead of 300 for minimum weekend, you need to put that at 234. Your weekends were too high. And then go ahead and hit do save changes. And then instead of a 50% discount, I want you to put a 55.
Sure. 50.
And then do sync now and then save and refresh. And then same thing, go back to that incognito window and then let's test. So we'll refresh that until we see that 823 drop. In the meantime, while we wait for that, Anthony, what are you currently working on? Because I know you're next up.
Yeah, so it's about my new units.
Okay.
We had pretty much an emergency yesterday because as soon I work with Noah, we set everything up, listed, but I think we forgot to add the cleaning fee. So
Mm-hmm.
somebody rushed and snagged a couple days. I'm pretty much paying, and actually the price was so low because she's paying $112 for 2 bedroom, and my cleaning fee is $100. So she's only paying $12 for 2 nights. So
$12. Yeah, that was low.
I quickly kind of cut off the instant booking and added the cleaning fee,
Nice.
and tried to make some changes, but I wanted you to look at the pricing. I just tested one and it was coming out to like 178, which I think is a little high. I
Okay.
get somebody to book one of the rooms. I gave him like almost a 1 bedroom rate because he was in my previous property and was
Uh-huh.
looking to extend, but the room he wanted was snagged up before he could do that. So I just moved him there just to get occupancy for tonight and for the next 3 days.
Nice. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, we can take a look at that.
Yeah, so if you can take a look at that, those two and three, there's a third one that is unlisted yet, but it's just pictures we are waiting for. Everything is set the same way so that we can set the prices and I'll probably list that tomorrow as well.
Beautiful. Sounds good. All right, we'll get to that. I just tested pricing for you. Anmar, as I was talking to Anthony, you're sitting at 81. We need to come down by $5 more. So all we got to do is put that from 55% discount to a go to Price Labs real quick. I want you to put it at what we need to do is the following. I need you to do two things for me. I want you to hit applied customizations actually. And I want you to scroll down and I want you to turn off that day a week adjustment.
Day of week.
Yep. Turn that one off. Yep, that one. And then hit save changes. All right. And then we're going to do one last thing. I want you to do sync now, save and refresh. That's going to drop it by 10%. You're probably going to be sitting at 63, okay?
Mhm.
What I want you to do is I want you to, as I work with Anthony, I want you to test pricing just how we did, okay?
Sure.
All righty. All right, Anthony, on your end though, I'm going to pull up my screen and then we're going to get started with you. All righty, nice. Let me turn this off. All right, so which ones are the new units that we
The
need to
first
look at
one,
pricing?
the cheap.
Just this first one?
No, there are three. That's the first one, yeah. That
All
one.
right. Let's see. I want to look at discounts. Okay,
And
so you haven't added any discounts yet?
I thought, I mean, I was working with Noah. I thought we did that, but I just didn't see them.
Yeah, we need to take this property down.
Just a check.
Peak escape. Before you list it, you want to make sure that obviously those discounts are set. Otherwise, you're going to get bookings at exactly what happened.
But somebody already booked. Will this unlisting affect it?
No, they're still confirmed. You still got to make sure you get the cleaning there. But this is just to prevent future bookings because everything is not right. All right. So like these discounts aren't set. Like you don't even like have it working off of anything. You don't even have your 6, 5, 4, 3, or 2. So we want to make sure that we add those. So that's one thing that we need to look at. Then if we go to Price Lab, Chic Escape is going to be, which unit is that?
The next one?
2, 3, 4?
Yeah, 234 and 212. Those three.
Oh no, Chic Escape is 106 though.
Oh, that's 106. Yeah, I thought you were asking me the next one that we are.
Oh no worries.
No, that's
All right,
106.
so we want to remove those fixed rates.
But that's what
Okay.
we booked with. Remember, somebody is there till 12. So I don't know whether that affects anything.
No, everything I'm doing won't affect everything you have on, but
Okay.
everything you have on affected what happened and why you got those bookings at such a low rate. So everything I did, it won't affect you whatsoever. You're fine, but we need to just make sure everything is perfect before you go live. So what that means is obviously making sure everything's connected, making sure Price Labs is checked. And this was not ready. So let me see, cleaning fee.
I've added those.
You added that. 100 is right?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, cool. In that case, what I will do is the following. I'm going to show you how to do it. Well, before I show you how to do it, let me just edit these. Yeah, all of these are not ready. I'm just removing this discount. You don't want that. Yeah, you need discounts for those. This one. Yeah, you need discounts for all three. So I'm going to show you how to do it for one, and then you're going to go ahead and do it for the other two, okay?
Okay.
All righty. And anyone's at this point, it's going to be a good part to learn. It's going to get down and dirty. All right. Let me see if I have your Google Sheet.
For this
Anthony.
one, you may not have, but the difference is not much really.
Do you want to drop it to me on Slack or something?
Let me see what I have here.
Yeah, because I have the 4 here. I can add it to here. I can actually just duplicate this. Give me a second. We'll review it.
Just duplicate that. I'll tell you what the difference is.
Unit 104. Okay. All right. Walk me
Difference
through
is
it.
just
What
the rent.
is
Just the rent. 1090.
1090? Electricity is the same?
Everything is the same. It's in the same area.
Alrighty, cool. Everything's the same, so that's good there. 800. It's a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom, this one?
It's 2-bedroom.
All right, so this will be 1600 instead.
And
Perfect.
that's
Okay.
106, by the way. You put 104 just to avoid confusion. At the bottom, the name
Oh, it's 106. My
106.
apologies. Okay. Now let's go into unit 106 and let's test for pricing. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I need to input this. So break even will be 50. So that's right. Good work. Well, actually, no, this can come down one. I want it to be perfect. 50. And then this space rate is 179. That's right. Perfect. All right. So we can hit save and refresh there. Then applied customizations. Let's hit edit. Good, good, good. That's all good. This can go off. Minimum weekend will be 238, and it is 238, so that's perfect. So now I'm going to hit save changes there. That's good. Next thing I'm going to look at is the weekday price, 155. So once this loads in, we can start dictating weekday. This looks good. You see how they're all above 155? That's good. This week, that's fine because they're still near it, and then it jumps back up. So that's good. I don't need to edit anything else. So what I'm going to now do is I need to calculate my 14-day ADR since I don't have to do anything about the rest. So 14-day ADR, I'm going to highlight these 2 weeks. ADR is 183. Then 7-day ADR, I'm going to get the average of this too. So 163 plus, then I'm going to get the average of this one, 159 divided in half. Average 7-day ADR is 161. This is good. All right. Now I'm going to calculate my monthly and weekly. So for monthly, since this is a 2-bedroom, unit 104 is a 2-bedroom, I need it to be near the 1600. So for month long, I'm going to do my total expenses, 1506, plus, since this is a 2-bedroom, for your 1-bedroom, we did $700. So our target profit for bedroom is going to be 800 to 1,000 per bedroom. In this case, since it's a 2-bedroom, that's 2 bedrooms we're talking about. So this will be 1,600 to 2,000. Now, for a month-long stay, I'm happy to make a little bit less profit because they're staying a longer time. So the longer the stay, the more of an incentive I'm willing to give. In this case, if 800 is the bottom line for my target profit, for a month long, I'm happy to do 700. So 700 plus 700 is 1,400. So I'm going to do 1,506 plus 1,400. Divided by 30, that comes out to 97. So I'm going to put a percent discount in here until this 183 reflects 97. So I'll do 55. It's a little bit too much. 50. Still too much. 48. Closer. 47. A little bit close. Just 1 more percent. I'd rather it be over. Okay, that went a little bit too much over. I'll do 47. All right, perfect. That comes out to 97 if you round up. So that's good. Now for weekly, you can see here it's at 183. I want this to line up with my target daily rate of 104 if we round up. So maybe I go 45, 44, 43. There we go, 104. Good. Now for 6 through 4 night, I want them to be $2 or $3 more than 104. So instead of 104, I want it to be at 106, 107. So I'll do 41. A little bit too much, maybe 42. Perfect, 106. That's $2 more. I'll take that. Now, same thing. For 5 night, I want it to be $2 or $3 more than 106. So I'll do 40. Too little. So I'll do 35. 104, all right. 34. 33. 32. 106, 107, 108, 109. I'll take that. 109, that's good. All right, for 4 night, same thing. I wanted $2 or $3 more than 109. So I'm aiming at 111. So I'll do 30. Little bit too much, 31. Perfect. All right, 3 night and 2 night, this is where things change. So for 3 night, I want it 30% more than my target daily rate. So if target daily rate is 103.53, I'll do that plus 30%. This comes out to 135. So I want 3 night, 161 to reflect 135. So I'll do 20. 18, 16. Perfect, 135. Now for 2-night, I want this to be 50% more than my target daily rate. So I'll do 103.53 plus 50%. That comes out to 155. So I'll do 5, 4, 3, 156. I'll take that. All right, now what I'm going to do is now that all these discounts are perfect, I'm going to take these discounts and I'm going to put them on Airbnb. So I'm going to go to Airbnb and we're going to hit this one, Chic 104. And then I'm going to edit these discounts. So I'm going to come to price settings and I'm going to start with monthly. So monthly will be 47%. So I'll do 47. Weekly will be 43. So I'll do 43. And then next we're going to do more discounts and then we're going to do trip length discounts. This will be for 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 nights. So we'll start with 2-night discount, 3%. Then we'll start with 3-night, 16. Then we'll do 4-night, 31. 5-night was 32. And then lastly, we'll do 6-night. 6-night is 42. All right, now all of your discounts are in place. So this is how it should look. Now that that is set, we will go to calendar. And now we're sitting good. So now what I'm going to make sure we do is I'm going to make sure we sync your pricing. So I'm going to do sync now, save and refresh. And that's it. Now that that's all set, I want you to do that for I wanted you to do that for the other 2 listings. Now that that is set though, I'm going to focus on setting pricing. So for these gaps, that way I can get you back live with this unit. So I'm going to make sure Price Lab syncs. So 162, 173, 325, 162, 173, 325. Okay, pricing has sunk. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add an in between here because I want to follow our rules and a no discount here. All right. Now that that's in place, I'm going to go test this. So for this gap here, if your break even is 50, we have a little bit of lead time. Well, we have 1, 2, 3. Honestly, we have a 3-day lead time for a 2-bedroom. I'll probably put this at your break even. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to test. Oops, what am I doing? I'm going to test pricing, see what this comes out to. Then we'll do whatever needs to be done. So we're looking at unit 106. You share. Alrighty. So now what we're going to do is we will do the 12th through the 15th reserve. And let's test that. So we'll do 585.53 minus 82.93 minus 15.5% minus 100 for your cleaning fee divided by 3. You're sitting at 108 per night. So we're sitting too high. So now what we can do is we can come to Price Labs. Honestly, for this 3-day gap, what we can do, just because we wanted at our break even, we don't always want to do this. I'm only doing this because your lead time is not there. Your lead time is only 3 days for a 2-bedroom. So we're a little too far behind for a 2-bedroom. So when my lead time is not there and I have a funky gap like this, only if it's 3 nights or less, I do this. So you don't want to do this all the time, is I'm going to put a no discount. And then I'm just going to make it super easy for ourselves. Oh, did someone just extend or book? Oh no, it just relisted. It went up here. Okay. I'm going to put a no discount and I'm literally just going to put a fixed rate here at, if break even is 50, I'll put it at 60. Just because I'll put it a little higher because it'll be easier for me to drop.
Right.
So I'm just going to keep things simple and do it like that. Now, while that's in place, I actually made one mistake, guys. I put a no discount on a Saturday. We actually shouldn't have that. We should have a long weekend. All right. Now that that's in place, I'm going to sync this but I want to test this week. So from Saturday the 16th to Saturday the 23rd, I will want this near your target daily rate of 103. So as long as we're near 100, I'd be happy. So let's go ahead and test that because I didn't do any adjustments, so we can just test how well that loads in. 16th to the 23rd, see what you're at. 116.85 minus 144.02 minus 15.5% minus 100 divided by 7, you're at 91. So I'm going to do one small adjustment. I'm just going to take this off and see if that brings our pricing up to 100. All right. Or near 100. 1054 point. Honestly, whatever this is sitting at, I would leave it at. But I still want to know what it's sitting at. 39 minus 15.5% minus 100. You're sitting at 95. I'm fine with that. I would leave that there. And then let's just gauge. So what we did is this gap, we had to drop it because you have no lead time. So we had to drop this to our break even because I don't care if someone books all 3 days or if someone just books 1, 1, and 1. I'm fine with either, but we need to just get this booked up because it's such a funky gap. It's on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We don't have the lead time for it, especially for a 2-bedroom. If this was a 1-bedroom, I'd be sitting higher and I'd have an in between. But since it's a 2-bedroom, we don't have the lead time. I'm just dropping it. Now for this week, we're sitting about $7 off of your target daily rate of 103. We're sitting at 95. That's fine because we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have a week lead time. So that's good. For a week, sitting a little under your target is fine. If this gets booked up quickly, if Saturday the 16th to Saturday the 23rd gets booked up within the next day, then that's good news. That means that following week, let's set it even higher than our target, okay?
Okay.
Perfect. Now what I want you to do is I want you to do everything I just did for this first unit, meaning these adjustments here. I want you to do that same thing for these other 2 units, okay?
Okay. So where did you click again on Price Labs to get those discounts? Show
So
me.
like that where I highlighted the 14-day.
Yes.
So all I did for 14 days is you want to do 2 weeks. So I highlighted these 2. And then right here on the bottom right, it says
Okay. It
ADR
shows the price.
183.
Okay.
So it shows it. And then for 7-day, I just highlight from Sunday to Thursday. And I'll do 163 plus, and then I'll get the other week, Sunday to Thursday, plus 159
And
equals
then
300 and something, divided by 2 gets you
by
your
two.
average.
Okay. And in terms of where you put those discounts, is it on the right there? Where did you click?
What do you mean?
You know, where you put the percentages. Was it
Oh, here?
those numbers, like where you input them in Price Labs? I didn't see where
No,
you
I
click.
put them on Airbnb. So I'll go to
It was on
Airbnb.
Airbnb. Okay. Okay.
Yep, I'll go to Airbnb, and then you see how I'm hovering over the name, how this little arrow pops up here?
Mm-hmm.
I click this arrow, and then it'll pop up this screen, and then I want to click price
Price
settings,
Okay.
and then I'll input it under weekly and monthly, and then I'll hit more discounts, and then you want to make sure it's under trip length, and then you'll do 3, you'll do 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 day there. And that's it.
Okay. All right. I'll get that done.
All righty, keep me posted on it.
I had somebody inquire about booking my place for 3 months for an old lady whose house was being renovated. I think it's an insurance company or something. And they were asking for $3,000 per month. And they wanted to do this off Airbnb. I understand that we need to get insurance to get that done. They wanted me to put in some railings, safety railings for the old lady. What do you think about that?
Personally, I think that's too much work, to be honest. Obviously, yes, it is a terrific booking, but you need to put all those railings in. It needs to be up to standards. At that same time, you do run a risk because since you don't have the insurance policy for it and you are bringing an older lady in, the likelihood of something happening to her is more high. So you do run more of a liability risk there. So personally, for something like that, I think there's just too much risk for you starting out, just being too early on. Like for where you're starting at, I mean, you've only been operating for like a month, if that. So I think there's just too much going on there for me to give you the green light for something like that. I would just stick to Airbnb and just get repeated bookings. It'll be a lot more convenient rather than running the risk of taking an off-platform booking with an older lady. Let's just say you put those rails in weren't done right. She falls or something. now you're in trouble because they can come after you and say, well, the rails weren't done right. We told you to put the rails. And guess what? Now, since it was an off-platform booking, you don't have the protection from Airbnb.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So I would avoid it. I know it's a great booking. I know it's like you really want it, but I think just the risk outweighs the reward in that sense, especially when you know you're going to get a lot more bookings on Airbnb and you'll have the same end result at the end of the day. I just wouldn't chance it.
All right. Noted. I
Awesome.
think that's all I got.
Anything else? Perfect. Well, keep me updated on that as you edit those other two. In the meantime, I'm going to jump over to Eleni. How are you?
Hey Andrew.
How are you? How you doing?
I'm doing well, doing well. I had a quick question. I hope it won't take too much more of your time.
No,
Uh
no worries.
I just wanted to do or see if you could do a quick analysis for me on
Yeah.
other property. I just want to get what the max rent I I can do for a 4-bedroom house.
Okay. What market?
San Antonio, Texas.
Alrighty, give me 1 second to get this stuff pulled up. This is actually gonna be cool. This is the first time we're gonna run an actual property analysis. This will take a little bit of time, guys. So bear with me, but this is gonna be pretty cool to watch. You guys can actually help me out with it too. All right. Let me. I need to log into my stuff. All right. So in order to run a market research calculator, what you're gonna do is the following. So you will come to the Arbitrage Empire. You'll go to the learning. You open it up. Then you're going to go to module 1 market research, property calculator, and it's going to be right here, this link where it says market research calculator. You will open that up and it will show like this. In this case, you would be doing it for studios and 1-bedrooms, 2-bedrooms, but in this case, we're going to be doing 4-bedrooms. So on the bottom of my screen, you see how I moved it over to 4-bedrooms. We're going to do it for that. Then what we're going to do to prepare for this is we're going to enter the month. So we're going to start at the month we're in. So right now we are in the month of, and then you don't need the 50th person. Oh, actually, you need to make a copy of this. Let me make a copy first. Just, yeah, I'll keep the title the same thing. 4-bedroom. You do not need the 50th percentile anymore. We just need the 75th and 90th. All right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do starting the month that we're in. So right now we're in May. So you do May, June, and I'll just work my way down July. Oops. August, September, October, November. And if I miss something, someone let me know. December, January, February, March, and then April. All right, now that's a full 12 months. Now that you have that set, now you will open up AirDNA. Obviously, you need to have the paid version, but I have it, so I'll run it. Then you're going to want to go San Antonio. Right here, and you're going to click this one, San Antonio, Texas. Then what we're going to do is the following. You're going to want to make sure we go to, where is it, revenue. And we are going to be looking at revenue by percentile. This is where that 25th, 50th, 75th, 90th. In this case, since we don't need the 25th or 50th, we're looking at the 75th and 90th. Then what you're going to do is you need to update this. So we only want to specifically look at 4 bedrooms, 4 to 4 bedrooms. And then it would be 1 to 4 baths. Then for number of guests, it will be we will be doing, technically it can be 2 per bedroom. So 2 times 4 is what, 8? So we can have 8 guests.
Okay.
So you do 1 to 8 guests, and then you do apply. Now that's all set. Now for property type, you're going to do entire place, and you're just going to do apartment and house, and then you're going to hit apply. That's all you'll need to worry about. Then we can come back here and we'll take off the 25th and 50th. Now you see those numbers when I hover over May 2023, how it shows that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, those are going to be, actually, you need to change this to last 12 months. We don't want to look at, sorry, that's another thing. We want to look at last 12 months. So we'll look at May 2025, and you see those numbers, 95th and 75th?
Yep.
That's going to be the percentile tiers that we look at. That's how we hedge for risk from people that do not operate that well to people that do operate well. Now, right here, we're in May. For 75th, we want to see what that is. So in this case, it's 4,200. So we'll do 4,200. And then for 90th, we'll come back and we'll do 5,900. So then it'll be 5,900. And then now you have it set. Now we're going to do that for all the way until April, okay? So now that you guys know what I'm doing, I'm going to run through this, but stop me if you need to, but I'm just going to go down. So now from May, I'll go to June. So 75th was 5 and 90 was 7. So 5,000, 7,000. All right. And then July, same thing. I'll go down. July, 55 and 78. So 55, 78. Now we'll go to August. And this is revenue numbers, by the way, that we're pulling. Now for August, it's going to be 44 and 59. And then you can also see the drop off. So you can also see like seasonality somewhat on this too. Because you're seeing how the peak looks like it was July. July is the peak, but then it starts slowing down, but then it comes back up. So now September is 34 and 46. So 34, 46. Then October is 4 and 53. 4 and then 53. Then now November will be 35 and then 5K for 90. So 35 and 9K. And then now we'll dive into December. December is 4 and 52 for 90. 4 and 52. And then you just want to make sure it's lining up. So 75th percentile is always going to be lower than the 90th percentile. Because 90th percentile are the people that are like really good operators and know what they're doing. And 75th is going to be like, just the average Joe going live. Alrighty. January will be 3 and 42. 42. And then February will be 3,400 and 4,800, 3,400 and 4,800. And then March, 4,700 and 6,400. I completely forgot what I said. 4,700 and then 6,400. All right. And then April will be where we're at now, will be 4,200, 5,800, 4,200, 5,800. Now that's preset. It's taking all of it. So now it's giving you a max acceptable rent to hit our profitability goals of 1,850, which means this. It means that you want to look for properties, 4-bedroom properties, that your total expenses are going to come out to be around 1,850. And then what you can do then is you can plug it in here. So by the way, this should be 25%, not 35. So I'm going to edit that for you. So then now what we'll do is let's just say the property you find is 1,500 for a 4-bedroom. You'll put that there. It comes out to 1,875. So then if you scroll over here, that's an average profit per door of 793 for a total projected profit of 3,175. So that would be golden. We would take that. But let's just say your rent price is 2,000. Now it goes up to 2,500, taking into consideration potential expenses. So now that brings you down to 637, which honestly wouldn't be that bad. I'd be fine with it. Anything under, rule of thumb is this. Anything under 650, I hedge for risk. I probably wouldn't take it. At 637, I mean, we're right at 650, so you could take it. The reason why we're still considering this, even though it's not 800 to 1,000, is because this calculator, we're looking at the 75th and 90th, we're hedging for risk. So most people are going to profit more than what this calculator shows. It's pretty just standard like that because you're averaging, like I said, the 75th and 90th percentile. Most of us are going to operate in between that, but closer to the 90th percentile because we're going to furnish nicely. We're going to get all the necessities that are needed. we're going to be in a good location, and our pricing is going to be perfect. So we operate closer to that 90th percentile, but we don't want to take the average of the 90th because then we're not hedging for that risk. Obviously, we want to make safe bets. Okay.
Right. Okay. Okay, perfect. And so that's it. It doesn't matter like how close I am. I mean, I'm looking at this property in particular because it's 10 minutes from the Lackland Air Force Base. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's it. Like it doesn't matter, I guess. We're just looking at the San Antonio market. There's no other like factors I need to include in here.
Yeah, we're just looking at the San Antonio market because we're hedging for risk for the entire thing. Now, when it comes to the market research, that's from you doing your due diligence because obviously we're looking at the same San Antonio market, but just because like you can hedge for it this way. If you're in the middle of nowhere or like you're 30 minutes, 40 minutes from the nearest hospital, the nearest thing, like I wouldn't even consider that. I wouldn't even consider that property. You want to be less than 20 minutes close to hospitals, close to like downtown areas, close to popular areas. You want to be less than 20 minutes. So as long as the property meets those expectations of where it's near 20, at least 20 minutes or less to popular locations, that's the green check mark. Then you want to line it up with the profitability. That's the next green check mark. Then you want to look at the location. Obviously, is it in a safe area or is it a dangerous area? If it's a safe area, boom, green check mark. You're good to go. Close on the property, get it going. If at any of those three tiers something has an X on it, meaning it's too far away, don't consider it. If profitability doesn't line up, don't consider it. If location is very dangerous, don't consider it. Okay.
Okay. Okay. And then sorry if I missed it too. In the learning, is there a copy of a standard corporate lease that we should be using, or what if I'm dealing with a landlord that's never done this before and they're kind of expecting me to provide, the lease and everything?
Yes, that's a good question. Yes, the lease addendum is in the community. What I'm going to do right now while you're talking is I'm actually just going to send you the lease addendum in your channel. And I'm also going to send you this calculator for the 4-bedroom.
Yes, please. Thank you so much.
So here's market calc. And then I'm going to drop you addendum. But all this stuff, guys, I'm obviously just dropping it for her, but all this stuff is in the community. Give me 1 second. Alrighty, I just dropped both of those stuff in there for you, okay?
Okay,
On your Slack channel.
I appreciate it.
Of course, happy to help. Do you have any other questions I can answer for you?
No, that was my main one. Thank you.
Alrighty, awesome.
Hi,
Of course, happy to help.
I'm Oma.
Alrighty.
Can
Sorry,
you hear me?
Yeah, what did you have? Sorry.
Seem like I have a problem. 7 days look like correct, but when I switched to 3-day booking, it was too low.
That's something we can pull up right now. So let me see what Isabel's question is, and I'll circle to you right now, okay? Isabel, how are you doing? What do you have for us?
Yeah, we went live on Tuesday. We still haven't gotten any bookings. I know that's pretty standard for like new listings, but I just wanted to make sure that we were doing what Noah told us to do correctly. 'Cause I know we're supposed to keep dropping. Let me share my screen real quick.
Yes, please do.
Okay, so there's our calculator. So we've been so he said do it for like today and then the next day. But I don't know if you can see it.
Okay, so this is where we're causing slight issues. You're fine. It's not like a big make or break. Part of it is patience. You have to remember, you're launching a new Airbnb. You have no reputation. You just started and you're asking for a certain price point. So you need to take those stuff into consideration when you're first launching. So we want to have almost like when new smoothie places are opening up or ice cream stores, like they have like a little free sample, someone standing out there. We're not giving anyone anything for free, but we want to offer an incentive for a little discount so that people could come stay with us. Now, our discount is not going to be anything low. It is going to be low. It's going to be our break even, but we're not going lower than that. So what you want to be sitting at is your break even. Now, the specific issue that I'm noticing is this: you put your weekend at 72, your Friday and Saturday. Now, is that causing big issues? No, but I can see an issue arising of someone just booking your weekend, and I want to avoid that. So what you want to do is on the 8th and 9th, put a long weekend there.
On the 8th and 9th. Okay.
So instead of no discount, put long weekend. Perfect.
Okay.
And then what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to go over to Price Labs. And then instead of that 72, you want to delete that. And then also we want to be putting percent discounts. I see that you are dropping it, but you're just dropping the day. We're not dropping the week. So we're not incentivizing someone to book a week. We're incentivizing someone to just try to book a day, which not a lot of people are maybe trying for that. So that's where the discrepancy's been, why you haven't gotten a booking. So that's actually where the real issue's at. So let's go ahead and set that. So go ahead and delete that 72.
So how do I
The
delete
little
that?
trash can on the bottom right next to cancel.
Oh, I
all
see.
the way at the bottom. There you go. Yeah, perfect. And just from operating, I know our pricing is really high, so I'm already just going to pre-establish this. So I want you to click and hold on the 8th and drag to the 16th and let go.
Okay.
And then I want you to put a percent discount of negative 50%. And then just hit add. And then sync now.
Okay.
And then another thing I want you to do, can you go to the Google Sheet real quick?
Yeah.
I think it's already, yeah, there you go, that one. 187 per weekday. Okay, cool. And then can you go back to Price Labs real quick?
Price Labs.
And then can you hit applied customizations for me, please, on the bottom left where it says, yep, that. And then can you just scroll down for me? Alrighty. And then scroll up real quick. I'm just looking at your Price Lab settings. Just want to make sure everything's good. Okay, you got 71 and 216. Can you go back to your Google Sheet? Just want to make sure that lines up. 71, yep, 216. That's perfect.
Okay.
Weekend 288, weekday. All right, we're good. Yeah, no, Price Labs is good. Discounts look good. So let's just keep that as is. Now let's refresh the screen until we see the Friday and Saturday, the 8th and 9th, go back to what they need to be at.
Refresh this one.
Yes.
Okay. Were we supposed to be like manually changing these to 72?
No, you only do that on a weekday, not on a weekend.
Oh, okay. So we were supposed because we did it on Wednesday and Thursday.
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah, that was perfect. That's good. The only problem is this, you were manually just changing the day of. And what was happening is your pricing, if we were to test it right now, your pricing is still sitting at like $100 and something per night, which is way too high for the lead time you have. So I want a week to be sitting at 72 for a 2-bedroom. That way someone books it, then we start building the lead time. So now it's basically, we just got to be patient, but make sure our pricing is right.
Okay. So sorry, what was I supposed to do? Save and refresh or sync?
Yep. Just sync now and then save and refresh.
Okay. Sync. So do we just let Price Labs update the prices here, or did we do it correctly where we went into like Thursday and then put a fixed price?
Were you guys putting the fixed price on Price Labs or on Airbnb?
On Airbnb. Were we not supposed to be?
So you're doing it all right, but you want to be doing the fixed price on Price Labs. But that's not everything you did, honestly, everything you did up to today was perfect. Those 72s with the no discounts is exactly what would do. What you guys forgot to do though is test the pricing for a week and make sure that it was coming out at your break even. Because what you guys are doing is you guys didn't have a discount. Yes, you had the weekends. And you had the weekdays putting at 71, 71, 71, which is good. It's what we would do, but you didn't have the rest of the discounts in place to drop the pricing to what we needed to. So we're just sitting way too high.
That 50% that we just added, we should have had that earlier.
Well, I don't know if it would even be 50%, but we would have had a discount. Now I'm just putting 50% to test. I don't know what we should be. This is what we're going to do right now. Once pricing goes through, we're going to test it. And if we're sitting at 71 per night for the week, perfect. But if we're not, then maybe we need to add a 60% discount, or maybe we need to change it to a 40% discount. I don't know, but that's what we're going to test right now. So if you go back to Airbnb, and then you refresh your screen, the way we'll know that the pricing is connected is when those Friday and Saturday go from 72 to 288. Just like they just did. So now pricing is connected. So now we can test. So now what you're going to do is you're going to do listings.
Listings.
Then you're going to click on your property. Then you're going to hit view on the bottom left. Then you're going to do where it says, I'm so sorry. You're going to then hit share on the top there. Copy the link.
Okay.
And then Yep, open up an incognito window, which are going to be those 3 vertical dots next to your little profile icon on the top right.
Okay. I think I need to share a different screen. Let me see. Share. I'll share my whole screen. Okay, so now this is make it incognito. Okay.
Alrighty, now we can desk pricing. So now where it says add dates there,
Uh-huh.
you're going to select the 8th to the 15th. And then reserve. And let's see what this is sitting at. So like I said, we want this to come out to 71.
Okay.
Even if it comes out to 65, I'd be fine. I just don't want to be too high. I want a booking to come in right away. So we get a booking in, it creates us a lead time. Then from there, we can test a higher price point so that we can build that up. Because right now you have no reputation. You have a 2-bedroom. We got to build up that lead time so we can start racing pricing.
Okay.
All right. 1,007 minus 113.64. Now, since you have the 15.5 already included in your Price Labs calculator, we don't have to do that. So now you'll do 893 minus your cleaning fee. So what is your cleaning fee?
130.
Minus 130. Perfect. Now you'll divide by 7, which brings our pricing out to 109. So with the 50% discount, you're sitting at 109. So
Okay.
that goes to show how much you were sitting when you didn't have it. So you're way
Okay.
too high. So now let's maybe put like there was actually something that I noticed. Go back to Airbnb. I think we can do one thing. Hit the X on the top left there. Yep. And then hit calendar. And then you see how it says rule sets your long weekend? Can you hit edit on long weekend?
Rule set.
You're right there. You have the right one pulled up.
Oh, I did.
Yeah. Edit on long weekend.
Uh-huh.
And then I want you to hit the arrow where your mouse is at, but I want you to hit the one above where it says length of stay discount. You see the arrow pointing down? Yep.
The arrow pointing down?
That one, but the one that's above, the one that's on length of stay discount.
Oh, up here.
Yep, that one. All right. Now, here's where your other issue's at. Your long weekend rule sets are not right. So what they need to be is the following. I'm going to give you mine. Give me 1 second. Alrighty. So what I want you to put is the following. I want you to put 15, 30. Then for 4-night, I want you to put, give me a second. I got to calculate this because mine are a little too high. I'm going to lower them for you. Of course, my phone doesn't work. All right. For 4-night, do 43. And then I want you to where it's above 2-night where it says select length of stay discount. Click on that and then put 5-night for me.
5-night.
And then do add 6 as well. So go ahead and click that again and then do 6-night.
Okay.
And then for 5-night, put 51. And for 6-night, put 53. And then scroll to the bottom and hit save. So that was another thing we were missing that needed to be fixed as well. Now that that's set, that will instantly apply. So we can go back to that incognito window. You can re-pull it up and then we'll retest pricing again.
New incognito window.
Perfect. Your unit came out really nice though. So great job, guys.
Oh, thank you.
Of course.
What am I doing again? Oh, 8 to the 15?
Yep. Correct. Yep.
8 to the 15.
All right. So 792.74 minus 89.14.
89.14.
Minus your cleaning fee was 130. Divided by 7. Now we're good. Now we're sitting at, well, we're not good, but we're sitting at 82.
Okay.
So now what I want you guys to do is the following. I want to actually go back to those rule sets and we're going to actually re-edit them again. I'm actually going to increase them.
Okay.
So now do the same thing. Hit edit on long weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Hit that. Yep. And then 2-night, do 20. 3-night, do 35. 4-night, do 48. 5-night, do 56. And then 6-night, 58. And then go ahead and hit save.
Okay.
And then same thing, go ahead and click that incognito window. which is hiding behind your current one. There you go. And then just refresh the screen. 760.27 minus 85.79 minus 130 divided by 7. There we go. Now we're sitting at 78. So now what we'll do is I need to get you to 71. So we need to come down about $7. So go ahead and go back to Price Labs. And instead of a 50% discount, do a 60.
Okay.
And then
How do you know whether to change like the long weekend discount or whether to change it here?
I had noticed because I was already going to have you do that because I had already seen earlier on that it was just completely wrong. So you won't have to redo that. I just knew that you didn't have anything on it.
So, okay, so that stays the same now, but then when we're trying to
good.
get a lead time, we change this one, the purple one.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be changing this. Yeah, so that's all good. Your Airbnb discount, your rule sets that I just said, you won't mess with those anytime soon unless we notice like a big error. Which you'll know. Like it's hard for me to explain it, but you'll know when it's a big error because you're like, hey, I'm doing everything on Price Labs, but nothing is working. Then we know that's a big error. It has to be with your rule sets. But in this case, you're good. I just had noticed I needed to fix that. But yes, any future ones, we're going to be messing around here.
Okay. So I sync it.
Yep, sync now and then save and refresh. And then you could just go back to that incognito window. And then you see how it says 760. Just refresh the screen until we see that 760 drop, and then we can test. So we'll give it a minute. Do you guys have any other questions while we wait for that to sync up?
No, that's it. Just waiting till we get our first booking, but it looks like
no worries. I'm glad you guys popped in.
Yeah.
Oh, your chances are going to be like a million times better. Where you guys were sitting at before, I'll be fully transparent. Where if you guys would have never popped in and we never saw that, you probably wouldn't have gotten a booking anytime soon. You're just way too high compared to the market. So now that we got that all structured out, you guys are perfect. And then from there, we can build up the lead time and fluctuate it as needed. So yeah, we really needed to fix those rule sets. And then just kind of just fix honestly, the rule set was probably the biggest thing we needed to fix.
Okay.
And then just drop pricing, obviously, because you guys didn't do that, but that was literally it.
Okay, looks like it went down to 692.
Yep, we're in a better position. So 78.19 minus 130 divided by 7. Now we're at 69. Perfect. $2 under. We're good.
Okay.
All righty. Now it's just a matter of being patient. The good news is since we did that rule set, how everything is set, your pricing will be good and your pricing will be good tomorrow as well. So don't touch anything until like Monday. So on Monday, we can circle back.
Okay, sounds good. We did get like a discount for this month because there was like a move-in special. So we're hoping to get some and take advantage.
Yeah, let's definitely capitalize on that. So now you guys are sitting good. So you guys can, just be stress-free now in the sense of now you're sitting perfect. We just got to be patient now.
Okay. Thanks so much, Andrew.
Of course. Happy to help. Alrighty. If anyone has any questions, drop a number 1 in the chat. But Anmar, talk to me. What were you seeing on your end? 3-night was a little lower?
Yeah, a lot lower.
Yeah, that's normal. So the reason why that's normal is the following. So on your, sorry, I just got a notification for something. On your Price Labs, you have a minimum of 65. We already hit that minimum, so your pricing is not going to drop. So right now, you just have to be sitting at that price point. The likelihood of someone booking a 3-night is slim to none. It's going to be a longer booking. So that's good news. But hey, I will take any booking at this point. If a 3-night gets booked up, we'll take that over anything. Because what we essentially need to do is we essentially need to build up that lead time. So it's fine. That is normal just because of where your lead time is at. Okay. Because your lead time is not long enough. And you see here how all of those days are sitting at 65. The reason they're sitting at 65 is because you have a minimum of 65. So I could put 100% Price Labs discount. I can put 100% discount there and your pricing will not drop lower than 65 or 75 or sorry, 65. Okay.
It's supposed to be 65 or 75.
It's supposed to be, put it at 75. Actually, no, don't change it just yet because it's going to mess up everything. So keep it at 65 for now. Let's build up that lead time. Let's get that booking. Once that booking comes in, please hop into the next group call and then we can switch it from there. But right now, we just need that booking to come in, okay?
But for now, like 2-day booking, 3-day bookings, it's dropped to $50. So it's okay.
So no one's gonna. It's not okay. I'll be fully transparent. It's not okay, but it's what we have to have right now because of where we're at and where we're trying to get to. So
Mm.
it's not okay. But we need a booking to come in. Once that booking comes in, then we can re-edit everything on terms of like what we need to fluctuate on that. Okay.
Mhm.
But I don't want to edit anything because if we were to do something, what you would have to do is you would literally have to remove your Airbnb discount for 2, 3, and all that, and that will screw up other things. So that's why I'm like, hey, I rather. It's kind of like the outweighing the pros and cons. Yes, it's not perfect where we want to sit at, but the likelihood of someone booking a 3-night is not that high. I rather take that risk than us having to remove your 2, 3, 4-night discounts because that will affect something else in the long run. So that's why I'm like, I'd rather just minimize the risk and just go with this best option because this is our better option right now. Because you're more than likely going to get a week-long booking. And if you get a 3-day, guess what? Hey, it's only for 3 days. So it's not going to be that long. It's not going to hurt us as much as if, we did other stuff and now we have a 7-night. Okay. But let's take a look at it. Hit reserve on the 3-night. So test for 3 nights, test from the 10th to the 13th. Hit reserve. All right, let's see. So we got 283.29 minus 16.04. What's your cleaning fee?
95.
Minus 95 divided by 3. Yeah, it's coming in at 57. Yeah, that's not ideal, but it's honestly not that far off. Like it's let me see. 65 minus it's an $8 difference. My rule of thumb is $5 is where I draw the line. So for $3 more where we're at right now, I rather take that small risk rather than anything else. Okay.
Because it was calculated based on 65, right?
Yeah. Correct. We're calculating off of 65, so not 75. Yeah, correct.
Mm.
Okay. And then once we get that booking in, then we can restructure that. Okay.
Okay, sure.
All right. So just keep me posted. Just keep me posted.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? Sorry.
For Misa, should we do it today for pricing?
What do you mean a 2-day?
Can we do it today for Misa pricing?
Like you want to test a 2-day?
For Misa, yes.
Yeah, you can test a 2-day discount.
No, I mean for Misa, 2-bedroom one, the new one, new unit.
Oh yeah. What about it?
Uh,
Sorry, I'm confused on your question.
or 2-bedroom one, right? You said monthly and weekly discount will be different.
Oh yeah. So for your monthly, what you would want it at is going to be 2,396 plus 1,400 divided by 30. So where it says 98, you don't want that to come out to 98. You want that to come out to 127. So what you'll do is instead of a 50% discount, do like a 45. Do a 40. Do 38 until that lines up with no, the 40 until that lines up with 126.
128 is okay.
128. Do 35, or sorry, do 37. My apologies. What is that? 126. Yeah, perfect. All right, that's good. Now for weekly, you want that to line up with 133, which is your target daily rate. So do 35. All right, do 34. Do 33. Perfect. 134. Nice. All righty. Now this for you want it to be $2 or $3 more. So do 30. Do 31. No, for the 6-night. Perfect. All right. And then for 5-night, do 21. Do 20. No, sorry, for 5-night still. I want it to be $2 or $3 more than 138. You see how it's at 128, not 140. So do 18. Do 15. Do 14. That's all. Actually, something's wrong here. Your thing is wrong. I need you to go to Price Labs. My apologies. I'm just looking at that right now. So what you took the 14-day ADR of was go to the you don't have it. You got to have it connected to Price Labs first in order for us to actually do all this. Do you have it connected or is it just not showing? Is it that one, cozy 2-bedroom townhome?
No, not this.
What I want you to do is hit Price Labs on the top left. Or yeah, go ahead and reconnect it. When's this unit going to go live?
They are delivering the penalty. So we are waiting for penalty repair.
Oh, it's not even ready yet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You guys got to set everything up first then. So go ahead and knock out everything and then we'll worry about Price Labs once all that stuff is going. Because you need to have Airbnb up. We need to have it already hooked up on Hospital, have all that set up. Then we can knock out the Price Labs because you need to have the price size hooked up because we're going to need to do the 14-day ADR and the 7-day ADR. Where did you guys get that other 14-day ADR and 7-day ADR from? In the blue.
I just copy your one.
Oh, yeah, that's where the mistake's at. No, it's going to be different for each one. So you guys are going to have to wait on that, okay?
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah, no worries. So once you guys are getting closer to lining that up, then hop on a call. Well, Noah can help you guys out with it, but if it's at a later time and you can hop on a call, then hop on a call and I can help you if Noah can. Okay?
Okay, sure.
All right. Yeah, I was getting confused. I was like, hey, this is not coming out right. Something's going on here. Yeah, you're okay. We'll have to re-edit that once you get that all reconnected, okay?
Sure.
All righty, awesome. Does anyone have any last minute questions that we can dive into?
Me, Andrew, hey, how's it going?
I know we have our meeting. I saw that you were
Yes.
in here, so I was like, she knows I'm running behind. She's in here.
I know you're running behind. It's okay. I'm present. Just wanted to know if
All
we use
right.
this link or do I use our
No,
the other link?
Just you can go ahead and hop on that other link. I'm gonna jump there right now. Just
Okay,
as long
give
as
me 2 minutes, okay? I was just gonna text you actually if you weren't gonna be done now. I just need 2 minutes and I'll be right back on.
no worries. That gives me a
All
chance to
right.
go get some water.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right, I'll see you shortly. All righty, guys. We're gonna wrap up here. If you guys do have any questions, hop into our group call on Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Throughout the weekend, if you guys need anything, just shoot us a message. I'll be able to help you guys out then. Okay, guys? All righty, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.